Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. So in today's video, I'm making a video which I want to address a man by the name Promise. That's the name of this man, and this particular story has been brought to my attention several times. I kind of push it away, like, okay, but to be honest, it's gotten to the point where I feel like I have something that I feel it may be useful in this situation. I have something to say that I think would benefit everyone involved in this situation, especially the father of the girl, right? And so for anyone that does not know, there is this okay, I'm going to confess, I don't know all the details, because anytime I've tried to kind of get information about the story, I'm getting this, getting that, there's so many bits and pieces, and a lot of the videos are very long videos. I typically don't have time for very long videos, so to gather enough information has not been that easy for me. But I'm going to say some of the things that I understand roughly. Any of you that know about the story and you feel like I missed any points, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. So this is the story of a young girl, if I'm not mistaken, maybe she's around 15, 16. The mother is gone. Her mother has left this world, right? And I don't know at what age her mother left this world, but I think the mother left the world when she was much younger. And they are living in a particular part of Europe. I think it's Austria. Yeah, Austria. If I'm wrong, I don't know if it's Germany or Austria. I think it's Austria. So, and this girl ended up, I don't know how, but she ended up in an orphanage home. And then there's this family they call OK family. And I don't know how the circumstances came around, but it seems the OK family, the mother of that house, is a fellow Nigerian from the same side, from, I think they are from Delta State, Edo or Delta State, kind of, I think it's Delta State, part of Nigeria. By the way, Valery is a Nigerian, right? So her mother has left this world. So this OK family, the mother of this OK family, you know, the mother of the home, was a friend of this Valery's mother. So the girl I'm talking about, her name is Valery. Her father is Precious. And then there's this family that she is with, she's living with in the same country, that is called OK family. So all of them, from what I understand, are Nigerians. And I think they are all from Delta State. So this girl that the mother died, the OK family, the Mrs. OK family, they were friends with the girl's mother before she died, right? Long story short, this girl currently lives with this family, and somehow she was in an orphanage home, and somehow this woman that is the friend of her late mother went and got her, and she's living with them. So whether she has adopted this girl or she's about to adopt this girl, whatever it is, one thing we know, in the so-called developed part of the world, she cannot just go to an orphanage and take a girl. There must be a process where the government says, okay, you can have her, right? Now, they have a Facebook page where they post their family activities. They post stuff on Facebook and, you know, create content on Facebook. Somehow, the girl's father, okay, let's say, a man that has said is the girl's father. I'm saying that because apparently they're about to do a DNA test to know if this girl is truly his daughter or not. I have seen the picture of this girl. This girl is a beautiful girl. Oh my goodness, okay. And I've seen there was a video I saw, a small clip. They said the father came to Austria. I don't know from what country. And they look similar. They look like father and child. But we know day and age, you can't just go and say, I'm the father of a child by mouth. Oh, we look alike, that's enough. I think that's what, I didn't say I know. I think that is her father. They look alike to me, right? I'm not going to post this girl's face in this video because I think that she's underage and her face should not be plastered all over social media, right? That's how I feel about it. But anyways, because I would have just shown you guys the, you know, the picture of the father and the girl. So now it has gotten to the point, so at this moment, the saga, this saga or the problem or whatever that is going on right now is that her father is trying to claim his child, this girl, and he's having a misunderstanding with the family that has kept this girl all these years. And some people feel like that woman is holding on to the girl, she has no rights, she should give the girl back to her father. Some people, there's so many opinions, and I'm hoping that if he comes across my video, there are a lot of opinions there. He's a grown man. I hope he can sit back and weigh all everybody. Let me tell you, even conjoined twins don't reason the same way. Everybody's opinion is going to be different according to where they are mentally. You know, not mentally. When I say mentally, how they see life. I think that's what I meant to say. Depending on how they see life, I'm going to address it from how I see life, and I'm hoping that this Mr. Promise will make the best decision at the end of the day. So right now, he's having misunderstanding with his family. give me my daughter, I want my daughter, or whatever. Some people are for hand over the daughter. Some people are for no, let the daughter stay with this family. She's been with them for many years and this is the family she knows, and all of that. Now, I want to start by saying to Mr. Promise, if he sees this video, like I said, it's your choice at the end of the day what decision or what advice you want to take. But what I want to say is this: at the end of the day, it's not going to be about you or I or what people have to say. It should be about Valery, because you know she is the owner of that life. Okay, now God owns all of us, right? But you know what I mean? She is the one that has this life to live. You should prioritize. What does she want as a father? Because some people say there's no proof he's the father. So let me just say, if he's the father at the end of the day, after the DNA or whatever, as a father, you should want the best as a parent, even a mother, for your child. If your child has been with this family for this longest time, and you look at her, she doesn't look hungry, she doesn't look wretched, she doesn't look, you can see she is blended with this family. I personally will not be a fan of uprooting her from a stable environment she's been in all these years. There are people that have said, where were you when her mother died? Where were you? How did she end up in orphanage home? Why didn't you do this? I don't know those details. So I'm not even going to go into all those details. Let's speak about right now. Let's speak about, because I have seen it, what I have gathered, it seems that at the moment it has become about the OK family and Mr. Promise who is going to win. And that is wrong. I feel like a child's life, this girl she's not that young, maybe 15, 16. Very soon she will be 18. And in most part of Europe, an 18-year-old can decide what she wants to do. Even at her age, the adoption, whatever process, they would honor and respect what this girl wants in most part of Western society, because she's old enough now. She's not a baby. You see, let it not be, like I was saying, let it not be about a fight between Mr. Promise and the OK family. Who's going to win? There is this grass in between these two elephants fighting. Let not make it where two elephants are fighting and the grass will suffer it. Let the winner at the end of the day actually be the one that has that life to live. Let it be Valery. Because I'm going to get emotional, because I'm trying not to be emotional about this, but I just feel like it's no longer being made about Valery. What does she want? People don't know the importance of a stable environment for a child. Like I said, everybody from this advice, they're advising from a good place to the best of their knowledge and how they see life. And I want to say it from how I see life too. And I'm really hoping this message gets to him. Let me tell you one thing, Mr. Promise. No matter what, let's bear it in mind. The only reason why this whole thing is a saga or is a drama that is going around in circles is because this girl is with a family that is from the same tribe with you, or the same, I don't know if they're the same tribe, but from fellow Nigerian, let me actually say, a fellow Nigerian. If this girl was given to a family in Russia or a white family, you wouldn't even have access. A white family can decide that. They can't decide, no. And let me tell you, when the white family asks the girl, do you want to go be with your father? And she says no, that's the end of it. There'll be no communication. You can't even see her. And thank God that this family, I don't know if that's how he found his child. I don't know how he found his child. But they are on Facebook. That's even how he got to know them. I feel like there's an advantage to the fact that you can actually see her. There are some people, Nigerians, that have lost their children in Europe, America, or whatever circumstance, that they never get to see that child again. They have gone to the highest court in the world and they can't get that child. Because when the courts decide, there are some children that have been adopted out to Russia, to wherever, you can't even find a document that will show you where your child is. It's when the child grows up later, they'll be looking for family. So there is a blessing for the fact that you actually can see this girl as, okay, she's alive, she's well. I think what Mr. Promise should have done is try to use this opportunity to introduce himself to his child and work with this family where he can have access, come and visit and see her. Whenever he goes to Austria, he can travel to Austria and spend the weekend, and he can take her around town, go shopping, and play a part in her life. She's at that age where she's not, see, if she was a 2-year-old, or whatever. You say, ah, my child will grow up and not know me anymore. This girl is old enough now to know what's going on. And she has made a video in which she has said herself that she wants to be with this family. And I think it's understandable. Right now, like I'm saying, I'm sharing my opinion. And I hope that if he watches this video, he will take it that I'm coming from a good place, right? She has said what she wants. And to take this girl away from this family to wherever you want to take her, you may take her somewhere else, she will not be happy. You're taking her, so I don't know if it's time to take her wherever. You're expecting her to start to build bonds afresh. It may not happen. It may not happen. So she has, I don't know if she's an only child of her mother. And she's with this family. These people treat her, from what I have seen. So those people are her siblings at the moment. You know, whereas they say blood is thicker than water. But it depends on the kind of water. There are some things, those of us that are nurses, we know about thickness that we use for water. You know, some patients can't drink water because of swallow problems, you know. So there's something we call thickness, right? You can thicken water. Water become thicker than blood. It can happen. So that our African mentality, our blood is blood is blood. There are some water that have been thickened, that they have become thicker than blood. When I'm talking about thickening water that makes it thicker than blood, is when a family, for example, has taken a young child that has lost her mother and her father was not in the picture. I don't know the reason. I'm not going to judge. I don't know. And they have given her a home where she has built a bond with this family. They have taken that water, and that water can become, okay, let's not say thicker than blood, as thick as blood. Am I making sense? I'm saying that this can be done in a way that the winner at the end of the day will be Valery. Her happiness, her life. Because all this mess, it is a mess on this girl's name, on her head. Unfortunately, she's all over social media, so people are going to know this is her story. There was a video that I watched that broke my heart. There was a time when there was, I think people were dragging the family, the OK family, for give the man back his child. This girl is too old to be handed down, up and down like that. She's too old. She's old enough to want to know where she wants to be, right? Okay, I think the thing got too much and the family said, okay, we're going to let her go. And they let her go, but you know, he can't just go and collect this child. He has to go through the government and go through the process to legally have access to this girl, whatever the government decides. Because this girl is like a government child. I built her one column. She's in an orphanage, or she was in an orphanage, right? The family now said, okay, I said, okay, we're letting her go. And I saw the video where she was in one room and she turned the camera around, and as a grown woman, oh, I'm getting emotional. Even as a grown woman, I cried. When I saw her in that room, it felt so lonely. It looked very lonely. No human being should have to live like that. Orphanage is a place for those that have nobody. There's no reason why. This girl will have a family that is willing to take her, and the woman is her late mother's friend, right? And the woman made the choice to be there for her late friend's daughter. There's no reason for that girl to be in a room like that. When I saw that room, why I think I felt it. I remember when I came abroad newly. I know they hide my story. Some people can pretend that no. When I came to chop aduro. Those of you that know. If you don't know, it means you're not meant to know. You're not meant to know what that means. I remember chopping aduro and being in a room and you're looking at the wall. You say, hi. And so my life can't be. It was such a lonely place to be. When you were put in, initially it was, I went to, the first accommodation I got was a cabin. You're looking at, every time you look at the wall, you're like, how did I end up here? My own story, I've shared my stories about how I ended up abroad. A lot of people have heard my stories running from okay, it's a long story. I'm not going to go into all of that. So when I saw that, and I was I was 23. Yeah, I think about 23. And I had a child. And yet I know how lonely I felt as a grown-ass woman. Not to talk of a little girl that her mother had left this world and her father was not in the picture. For her to live in a place like that. Anyways, I just feel like it's getting really messy. Everybody's chipping in, which is natural. People are going to have opinions. Once something is on social media, everybody's going to have their own opinions, left, right, and center. But I want Mr. Promise to sit down and ask himself, what is the best for my child? And I believe the best is this. I personally think he should leave her where she is, but go through the system so-called DNA, and when it's proven, be in her life, whereby whatever country you're living, in the next one, she can even fly to go visit you and come back. Right now, it's even getting so bad that I feel like she may end up resenting him and not even want to be in his life at all. That can end up happening. So what I already said, be thankful that your child is somewhere you can see her and you can see that she's alive and well. You can see that there are people around her. She's not staying in an orphanage among, people that are not that connected with her. At least this woman is connected with her with the fact that her mother was her friend and they are fellow Nigerians from the same part of Nigeria. That is beautiful. I think, do you know not that it's not the end of the world, but there are some children, Nigerian children that have been adopted by white families and they lose everything when it comes to the cultural background and all of that. At least they're fellow Nigerians. She's always going to have that Nigerian upbringing, a bit of it in her life, even though they're living abroad. And if they ever go to Nigeria to visit, they will take her along. And the way they take her along, because her mother is from the same country, the same place, that is her root. She would, I don't know how, I feel like it's a beautiful way for it to be. Because if to say now Yibo, she was adopted by a white family, and they had moved her to America or moved her to Australia, and then she would have grown up with a completely white culture, completely different culture, where you may never get to find her at all, and never getting to know her root and everything. This is how I feel about it. I want Mr. Promise to sit down and process it. Don't be enemies with these people that have raised your daughter till this age. Be part of their lives and be a family with them. It is doable. And I'm hoping that the OK family will be ready and willing to work with him as well, so that Valery can have the best of both worlds, where, okay, I have a father, this is my father, I can go visit him. Let me tell Mr. Promise, you have a chance now to build a relationship that you never got the chance to build for whatever reason all these years. She's a girl that she's not a baby anymore. You can build that bond now. Build it so that it will be so good. If you go the other way around, it can end up becoming a situation whereby she can decide she doesn't want to have anything to do with you. I see, now you can still go through the system wherever. Once she's 18, the system have no say in what she does anymore. Once she turns 18, and I thought she's not far from 18. Do it right now before it's too late. That is my opinion. I think I've said a lot in this video. Bottom line, what I'm saying is this. It shouldn't be about OK family. It shouldn't be about Mr. Promise. It should be about Valery. It is her life. Even Promise will die one day and leave this world, Valery will still live her life. If Valery died today, it's her life that has ended. Mr. Promise's life ends today. Mr. Promise is his life that has ended. OK family today, everybody, that's one thing I keep telling people. Everybody's life is an individual life. We all play part in each other's lives. But in Africa, we have this thing where parents forget that because somebody is your child does not change the fact that they still have their own life to live and you have your own life to live. Let's make it about what is the best for a child. Is it good for a child to know who her father is? Absolutely. But at this moment, unfortunately, the way the story has gone, she didn't have him in her life all these years and she lost her mother. But she has a family that has taken her in and given her a home. A home. I'm not talking about a house, because she had a house in the orphanage. She was not living on the street. A house is different from a home. She is now living in a home where she is part of a family that has embraced her. That should not be messed with. Not every child is blessed to have what she has with this OK family. So, bottom line, Mr. Promise, make it about her. Let her be the winner. Don't make it about, and I'll say it again, let it not be about who, OK family, Mr. Promise who wins. No, let Valery be the winner. Because it is her life at the end of the day. No matter what anybody thinks, Africa thinking, Africa, a father is a this, is a that. Something else I actually want to say is that the reason Mr. Promise can actually be trying to contact the OK family and dragging or having whatever with them is because they are fellow Nigerians. If Valery was with a white family or whatever, Mr. Promise will actually legally not have any right to contact that family directly. And be honest with you guys, in the way it's done, he wouldn't even have the rights to contact the family directly. And if he did, and if he keeps doing it, the family that has Valery, the white family can actually go and report, to the police. It becomes harassment, can be arrested for it. There's so many things that can happen if it was the other way around. I want people to see the blessings in all of this. I want people to see the blessings in all of this. Another thing we have to bear in mind is this. The OK family cannot just take Valery by the hand and say, Valery, take, that's your father. It doesn't work that way. They can't do that. Legally can't do that. They can be arrested and jailed for doing that. No. The right way is the only people Mr. Promise should be contacting or be harassing or whatever you want to call it is the government. Because let me tell you, people forget, if he went through the government and the government says you can have your child, the OK family will have no say. People forget that. If Mr. Promise should go to the government and say, I want my child, they won't just carry the child and give him. There are processes to go through for them to decide whether to give the girl to him or not. And if they say they will not give, that's the end of it. So the OK family is not even within them to just carry and hand over Valery to her father or hand Valery to Mr. Promise. It doesn't work that way. So fortunately, it's a good thing that this girl is with fellow Nigerians. But unfortunately, that is why all of this, whatever can be happening. Like I said, if Valery was handed over to a family in Australia or in America or some white family, Mr. Promise will not even have a chance. I want Mr. Promise to look at the blessing side of this. And I think I've said a lot on this video. My message at the end of the day is this. A lot of us grew up in Africa where parents do whatever. Whether the child likes it or not, whether he favors the child or not. They just do it because I am your father, I am your mother. But there are a lot of children that have been damaged by it. I think I've really said a lot in this video. Bottom line at the end of the day, all I'm saying to Mr. Promise is, I really pray that you will sit back and not make it about yourself, about the OK family. Make it about Valery. Make it about Valery's happiness. Make sure that it's the best interest of the girl that you have at heart. That is how I feel about it. As always, all of you watching this video, whatever your opinions are about this, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.